Hello, 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 hello. I'm a little out early, but welcome. Come on in, take your shoes off. Relax, relax. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit. I am Coming to Comey. How you doing? Thank you for coming back. And this is Coming to Comey World. Everyone out there, I hope you are enjoying your Thursday in mid-August. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the weather's getting a little funky. It's like rainy, but it's not, and it's hey, all you can do is just try to stay positive and focus on other things that are, at least, get you excited. Just have things that will help you to learn and become a better person. Excuse my nail polish right now. My daughter did my nails and I did hers in return. So this is what's going on. So I might have some extra little, color in my commentary. So, but yes, right now, I have to say that this is one of my favorite times of the year. Absolutely. The NBA is obviously coming back sometime October-ish, basically, is when they start doing, I guess preseason in September or whatever, or October. I say October. But NBA is coming back, but that sport that I love, I can't quit you. I just can't quit you, football. Gosh. Every time I try to pull away, you pull me back in. And it just so happens that we have one of the hottest storylines of, in I don't know, recent memory to me, basically, in football. Of course, it's Shedeur Sanders. And I'm not just basically speaking about this because it's Shedeur Sanders, but it's an amazing thing that's happening right now. And it's a groundswell. It's what you would call a grassroots effort, where not from grassroots saying that he came from humble beginnings. He obviously didn't come from humble beginnings, but it wasn't like a star was born and three wise men came through and in a manger. It wasn't that, but at the same time, you had people from close to the family to just a groundswell of people out that has watched these kids grow up, and it's a beautiful thing when you see he's even in Philadelphia and walking through camp, and he didn't even play today. He just practiced and warmed up, but the kids are acting like Tom Brady just walked by. Tom Brady ain't never got that kind of reception in a preseason workout. I mean, come on. The fanfare, the what's the word? The commentary that you were hearing about this young man is just like becomes more and more positive, and I mean, obviously I'm talking about the regular journalists. I'm not talking about the actual players, because all the NFL players pretty much have been behind Shedeur Sanders, except for the ones who are now talking heads, have pretty much been up behind Shedeur Sanders, seeing exactly what we've all been seeing since his days at Colorado. Go Buffs, go Buffs. I had this t-shirt at least 2-3 years now. No, at least 2 years now. Basically, matter of fact, I had it from Prime's first year, Coach Prime's first year in Colorado. I went to bought this t-shirt. So I had to bust it out real quick. And you know why? Because he was on my mind. And Colorado looks like they could definitely win the Big 12. Easy. If they have some luck, but I'm trying now. They got weapons on the offense. They got beasts on the defense, and they have a great coaching staff. They are inspired, and they don't even have the Colorado Buffs ranked in the preseason. Disrespectful. I'm sure there's a lot of these teams. You know what? Let me look and see if I can see some of these teams that they so-called say that are better than the Colorado Buffaloes. Yeah, but I think that definitely Colorado deserves a lot more, props and credit for the season that they're about to have. Hey, rooting for you. Definitely going to have one. You're going to have a fan here. You're going to have a fan looking in on Tampa Bay. Hopefully Shiloh makes the final roster. And of course, Shedeur Sanders. I tell you right now, man, people just like, oh, he hasn't made the final roster yet. Oh, man, come on, bro. If Cleveland let Shedeur Sanders walk away, I'm telling all Cleveland fans to walk away from Cleveland, from the Cleveland Browns. Go ahead and throw that one in the trash, Kobe. They don't deserve your fan. They don't deserve your fandom. Basically, if they're like, you know what, we don't need Shedeur Sanders. None of us are fooled. None of us are fooled. We're all here basically have been witnessing for several years, very many years. For some people, me maybe in the last 6 years or so, 5 years or so, basically. You know what I mean? And I've seen nothing but greatness from that kid. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, if they keep playing, they're gonna mess around and lose a generational, not even just talent, but a generational icon of a person, humanitarian. You never know where this kid might go. What's going on with you, Craig? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great evening. But obviously, as I covered in my last episode, he had a great day on Monday. Not going to rehash the whole entire, the whole saga. I'm sure you are all. It's number one on the sports news. So of course you've all heard that. So hey, he came through, did great, more touchdowns than any rookie. There's a couple rookies that threw a touchdown. Jackson Dart threw one. Props to him. I can't say if I'm rooting for the Giants just yet, man. I gotta take a break. We need space. Me and the Giants need space. So, yeah. But two touchdowns, great efficiency, showed you all the characteristics that you want in a starting quarterback, much less a franchise quarterback. So that's not even a question no more. I don't want to hear nothing about whether or not he's a franchise quarterback. He's a starting quarterback ever again. Yes, he needs work. But all of that, could you imagine from what you saw if he got work, if he got some more experience? The sky's the limit for this kid. So I don't want to hear anything about it unless Cleveland literally just does not want to succeed. There's no way that they let Shedeur Sanders go. I mean, now whether or not they pick up another quarterback, sometimes dummies can't help themselves. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Anyway, so fresh off of his great game. Oh, let me go over a couple of other things that happened during the game here. Let me see. Let me try to share my screen right quick. Here we go. Bam. Share. All right. Yep. Right where I want to be. Let me see where y'all at. There we go. All right. Yeah. So, this is Shedeur coming in to the game. And of course, what's going on? I can't hear my thing. Let me see if I could basically fix this for myself. Sound. Here we go. Come on now. Dang. All right. It's gonna suck. Anyway, that's not gonna suck. Is having an injury. Yes, he does have an injury. I'm gonna go over that in just a second. Yeah, so you don't have any sound specifically for this, but Shedeur's entering in on last Friday night. And he is standing with a friend of his, the guy who is his teammate, and the teammate has a bag and a boombox, and he is coming in and he's playing one of Shedeur's unreleased music, basically, and he's holding a staff. Now, if I was going to describe that as anything, I would call it a staff. That's what the guy's holding. But there was all these messages and like posts about how, this guy's coming in with a whole entourage, and his one of his posse is holding a scythe. I'm like, a scythe? Do you know what a scythe is? I mean, a scythe has a long metal blade attached to it. That's a little tiny stick sticking out of this very unique and very interesting piece of wood. That basically this man, I forgot his first name, but his last name is Brown, I believe. And he's walking in with Shedeur. He's actually an 8-year veteran on the Cleveland Browns, and he has been just I don't want to say point of contact, but basically a friend to Shedeur on the team. I don't want to say that that's his rook, but he basically has been trying to help Shedeur transition to the NFL life and transition into being able to perform, when you're ready to perform. So, but they said, oh, his whole posse, there is literally a camera guy and 3 other guys behind him. And neither of those guys are part of his entourage. They were just other people coming in at the same time. They got off the bus and they came in at the same time. I'm just like, it's the storylines that they love to spin because they have nothing else to spin because the guy is great. And then later on, I'm not going to show the whole clip of Tony Grossi. Oh, darn, man. I'll just talk about it because it's not going to give me any kind of sound. But Tony Grossi met with Shedeur. He said that he actually came up to Shedeur, which people started to basically represent it as Shedeur confronted Tony Grossi. Tony Grossi actually said that he went to him. It was post press conference, and he wanted to ask Shedeur another question, and Shedeur basically asked him in a playful way, but at the same time not specifically playful. I don't personally feel that was playful at all. I feel like he was dead ass, where he was just like he wasn't aggressive, but he was dead ass. But he was like, Tony, why you don't ever say nothing nice about you? You don't never say anything positive about me. What did I do to you, Tony? What did I do to you? And so they go back and forth a little bit, kind of don't hear exactly what Tony says back, but they end up laughing at the end. And hopefully that has now mended a lot of fences and connected them on some level, a human level, so that at least Shedeur now knows that he should be able to see him on a human level, and also Shedeur can see him on a human level. And now they can both basically react a lot better to each other's actions. I think that's a cool thing that happened. I'm very happy that it did happen. I'm glad that Tony Grossi was actually the one who came out and said that Shedeur, he definitely gave Shedeur his props for the day, and he also said that Shedeur, he actually approached Shedeur to start that interaction. So I'm glad that that's what happened. So the next Monday they had off for the weekend, and then basically Monday, I believe this is let me see this. Is this what I'm looking for? Yep, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so for the Browns, first practice as they came to as they were before they headed to Cleveland. This was the stats for the day. Of course, Gabriel is still on some restricted practices where he's just doing 7-on-7s, which is not really any kind of real rush coming at the quarterback. And he was 7 of 10, efficient, I guess, but then 3 touchdowns. Well played, sir. Well played. Pickett. Oh yeah, that was Gabriel. Gabriel, he's out there. He's focused. I feel like he's definitely focused, or at least a fire under his ass to really let him realize that his NFL dreams could also be over if he is not at least one of the last man standing. If anything, what they should have learned, or at least they should know, is that in football you have to have backups. So you just have to not be the worst backup. Flacco's getting a free pass. I mean, they really are probably going to try to keep all 4 of these guys. It makes sense, especially with the fact that all of them are hurt. You can't just go in with Flacco, Sanders, and Pickett. I mean, Flacco, Sanders, and Gabriel, which I think they will keep both rookies. They're really high on both rookies, or more so on Gabriel, but they're high on both rookies. They would be mad and crazy if they wasn't. Pickett had the strictly limited practices, 7-on-7s, with his strained hamstring. I'm not sure if it's, I don't know. I don't think it was a tear, but I think it's a strain. So basically he was 5 of 5 for 3 touchdowns. You better be, son. You better be. Shedeur Sanders actually got the most reps. That was a mix of 2s and 3s for that practice, but he did throw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was 10 of 14. Very, very consistent and very efficient. Flacco had the second most amount of completions, 7 of 11 for the day with 1 touchdown though. I mean, hey, he had to show the guns. It wasn't a gun show yet. It didn't have to be a gun show yet. You know what I mean? So, but then the next day, Shedeur Sanders, when he arrives for practice, he's out there warming up and making some throws. Looked like he got a little ping somewhere in there, a little ping, footwork, and he throws it. And then it looks like for a second that it was his shoulder, but he bent over like it was a little bit like that kind of hurt. Something's wrong. And now he's asking Njoku for his advice, saying that something not feeling right. And so he goes to practice, trying to fight through it, but you can see that he's a little bit uncomfortable. He don't got the kind of he has the same real velocity, but at the same time he doesn't seem like he is it seems like it definitely bothered him at the very least, so but I hope that it's not a long-term injury. An oblique strain is what they diagnosed him with. I hope it's not a long-term injury. I think I heard a week. They decided to sit him for this week's game, which would have been really good because it would have been him and Gabriel just having the game. But at the same time, take some time, absorb everything that's going on, and come back hungry and strong. By the time you get back in about a week, I'm hoping that it's a week. Some people I heard a few days. He's definitely not going to play on Saturday against the Eagles. Is it going to be Gabriel? If Gabriel's ready, it's going to be crazy because right now, I mean, it's like Pickett's still hurt. He said he's turning the corner, and I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that means that it hurts less than it feels. He has better range of motion, or it feels better today than it did day one. You know what I mean? Like if it's a curve, he's definitely on the curve and maybe coming back down to being healthy. But he's definitely going to be out. I'm not sure if he's even going to get to play in the third preseason game a week from now. So that's Pickett's situation. Gabriel's situation, he has looks like he had maybe a tweak of his hamstring, but he's out there throwing against defenses, at least now. So basically he is probably going to start, but even the coach said he's not making no promises to nobody. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, but Flacco, the old man, is still healthy for now, hopefully that stays that way at the same time, and Shedeur, he was already having that, that little shoulder soreness basically. But he persevered through that and got in and played great in the game. But now with this oblique strain, he's going to have to take some time. He's still out there working, still out there, at least working out, warming up with his teammates, staying a part of the situation. Doesn't seem like he's pouting. It seems like he's just handling it in stride. He had plenty of people out there in Philly, especially kids. The kids love Shedeur. Cleveland, don't let this go be somebody else's problem. Don't let this go be somebody else's problem, Cleveland. It's your problem, but it's okay. Sometimes problems turn into great things, bro. Problems turn out to be great things sometimes. So, Flacco's probably going to be the starter for game 3 of the preseason and into game 1. Pickett's trying to fight his way back, but I don't think Pickett's probably going to not get back before the beginning of the season. They'll probably hold on to him, so just in case he actually becomes healthy again. 'Cause I've seen hamstrings keep people out like 4 weeks, if not 2, if not 8 weeks. I mean, I've seen hamstrings hamper somebody because they come back and then they re-injure it and they basically miss the whole season. You know what I mean? So you never know with it. Just take your time. But I don't expect to see him before the beginning of the season. If that, Gabriel, they're probably going to basically, show deference to Gabriel because he's a 3rd round pick, even though everyone sees, that Shedeur looks better. It just is what it is. It's facts and opinions. It is what it is. But we'll see what's going on, and hopefully Shedeur Sanders can keep building those days, keep showing that he's showing his worth, and gain his way into the starting lineup. It just basically seems like it is going to take opportunities, and so it's just patience. You just have to have patience and this, keep doing the work, because when that day comes, just like it did for you the other day, you'll be there, you'll be ready, and it's on his time. You know what I mean? So. But beyond all that, this is the kind of days they've been having out there, though. Let's see. So Shedeur Sanders didn't practice yesterday. Flacco threw for 13. He only hit 6 of them things. It looked really meager out there. It looks really meager. Pickett, of course, still limited in 7-on-7s. He was 5 of 6 for the day. Gabriel had a okay day. He threw for the most reps, 19, and he was 6 of 19, which is not a good stat at all, bro. Somebody go burn that stat. We ain't never gonna talk about it again. Now, I'm gonna talk about it again, though, for real. I am gonna talk about it again. Threw for 2 touchdowns, no doubt, but that right there, 6 of 19, that's horrendous, my dude. That's horrendous, especially after a day. Don't get me wrong, their backups in Philly, their backups is nice. I'm not gonna front, but hey, you gotta step up. This is, if you are an NFL team, you should have pros on your team too. They can't be that great. They're not trying to kill you. What are they doing that's throwing you off that great? And today they had a real short practice. They basically had Flacco it was only Flacco and Gabriel for the whole day. I think they're off tomorrow. And I don't remember if they're off Thursday. It's Friday. They're playing Saturday, so they're off tomorrow. They're going to come back and play on Saturday. This is the last practice, I believe, before the game. Well, let's see. Actually, today's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. But Gabriel was 1 of 5 and threw for 1 touchdown. So he only threw 5 passes for the whole entire practice. Flacco threw 10. He was 7 of 10. Good. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Flacco's starting to realize that, okay, damn, I got to go play. They might actually need me to go do that. So hopefully everybody gets healthy eventually. Shedeur probably has the quickest path to getting healthy and back on the field. Gabriel needs to show his worth this evening. And let's see, not this evening, sorry, Saturday evening, and we'll see where everything lands out. You know what I mean? Some other news for the Cleveland Browns. Sheesh. Okay, so not gonna front. I am glad to see it. For several reasons, not just basically not just selfish reasons for the Cleveland Browns. I am glad to see that Quinshon Judkins has been, I guess all the charges against him have been dropped. Let me go ahead and read this statement that was given by it was written by ESPN Cleveland's reporter Daniel Ofosi. Very good follow. He's on it. Everything Cleveland, he's Cleveland Browns, he is on it. So Let me share this right here. Oops. Yeah. So he reads, Browns Quinshon Judkins won't face formal battery charges. Cleveland Browns rookie running back Quinshon Judkins won't face formal misdemeanor battery charges for an alleged DV incident in South Florida last month. The spokesperson for the Broward State Attorney Office told ESPN Thursday prosecutors declined to pursue charges after reviewing police reports, body-worn camera videos, video surveillance, photos, phone records, and sworn statement of a woman he allegedly struck, according to a decline memorandum obtained by ESPN. So just I mean, there's a whole article found on ESPN. Basically what happened, to sum it up, the police decided not to press any charges, or to drop all charges against Quinshon Judkins, finding that she, after going through all of the data they possibly could, they found not only the pictures where she had pictures of her with bruises on her, she also had pictures around that same time with her not having any bruises. So that, and with that, and the fact that she took a few days to report it, it basically, they decided that it had no merit, not to put paraphrasing, and decided to drop the charges. So Quinshon Judkins won't face any more charges for this matter. Also, he has, but also he has not signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns yet either. So hopefully that won't hurt him that much with this fact of this. I mean, although he's not being charged with anything criminally, hopefully it won't affect him too much with him taking a pay cut on his contract when he does sign, because now they are free and clear to go ahead and sign him. But I'm sure they're not going to give him as much guaranteed money as they would have. Now, whether or not you feel that that is fair, favor ain't fair, that's the Browns' prerogative. I mean, honestly, with my honest opinion on the situation, you put yourself in that position, brother. I mean, I'm not saying that basically, bad things don't happen to people who don't put themselves in that position. So shit happens. But at the same time, I would have been zero dark 30, like I said before. I would have had Uber Eats and DoorDash running around the clock. I would have had my whole, Instacart full on a quick fast, and I would be locked down, not doing nothing but playing spades with my buddies in the house or something like that, basically. I'm not saying that it's all your fault or nothing like that, but at the same time, somehow you got wrapped up in some stuff that you shouldn't have gotten wrapped up in. And foul on her too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna slide right past her. But I'm just saying, they have grounds. It's all about leverage. That's what contracts come down to. It's all about leverage. They have leverage because of the fact that nobody else on the team got arrested. That's what they're going to be thinking. If they decide to be the way that they probably are going to be, because they're businessmen and they want to keep more money than they give away. They're probably not going to want to give you a lot of money guaranteed, or what have you. And that's just basically the cards that you were dealt. But I am glad to see you back on the Cleveland Browns, because I feel like you were the missing link that this offense was seeing. I mean, yes, they need more wide receivers, and I'll talk about that in a second. But you were the thunder to the lightning, man, and we needed to have that, to have a good running offense. You have two tight ends, you have two running backs, you have a bulldozer if you need breaking glass with Jerome Ford. Hopefully Shedeur Sanders turns out to be the starting quarterback. And you have Jared Judy out there. Y'all just need one more receiver, and I mean, this whole entire place will be wide open. And I feel the perfect quarterback for that for that situation is Shedeur Sanders. I think it'll be absolutely perfect because whenever he makes those holes, he's not going to be Lamar Jackson, but he can pick up those first downs with his legs if he needs to. Y'all messing around. I think that's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Y'all might really actually make some noise. You never know what kind of injuries might hit somebody, another team. Don't count yourself out already. I think the Browns can make some noise, plain and simple. As far as the young lady, I don't know your name. I don't need to know your name. This might be a circumstance where something did actually happen to you, and they just didn't have enough evidence to be able to continue with what could have been. But girl, you make us look bad, or I'm not talking directly to you. I'm just talking to my ladies out there. That makes us look bad when you fake some shit like this, because then basically it makes it so harder for us, for the people who this did actually happen to, and there are thousands, millions out there that this has happened to around the world. But faking the funk is definitely something that sets us back years. And when you don't get the respect and you basically feel dissed or whatever it is, and you decide to ruin someone's day, you ruin ours. Plain and simple. But if this was something that was true, ladies, you got to report as soon as possible. You got to report as soon as possible. I feel it that basically, I was worried about them. Stop protecting them. I'm definitely not teaching my daughter to protect nobody that basically don't have no respect for you. The second they put their hands on you, it's done. It's done. Now take yourself, don't take a shower, take yourself to the hospital and make a report. Period. Plain and simple. I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You don't have to record your whole entire life, but at the same time, what's the point of sitting around and waiting until it's spoiled? There's a time limit on these kind of things. There's a time limit. Be aware of that and be brave and go ahead and get justice. Or sit your ass down on the side and because you didn't get chose. It is what it is. You ain't get chose. It is somebody else's blessing. Can't be crying over somebody else's blessing. Anyway, so Quinton Judkins should be joining the Cleveland Browns soon. I play fantasy football, so I'm a very forgiving soul when it comes to my fantasy roster. And that was a big hole missing in the middle of my fantasy drafts. My mock drafts. I was like, oh, I'm so mad. Anyway, so besides that, the Browns have also decided to pick up another player. Besides Browns rookie running back Quinton Judkins won't face any formal battery charges, and also ex-Texas wide receiver Isaiah Bond no longer faces charges, the DA says, and Bond says he plans to sign with the Browns. Now, I heard that the man was a beast. Let me see if I could basically find some Isaiah Bond highlights. Let's see what that looked like. Oops, can't spell. Okay. See if you see some of that. Okay, somebody who, got him. Ooh, too easy. Let's see. Okay. 4.4 speed. Nice. Not bad. Okay. Can't just be the only thing that they basically show. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's see something else. Yep. He got it. Ooh, turn on the Jets. Oh, these dudes are slow. Who is this supposed to be? Who are they playing? Let me see that again. Who are they playing? Utah. That's why y'all got beat, bro. That's why y'all got beat. Anyway, yeah, so okay, he got some Jets. He got some Jets to him. I'm not mad at it. So we needed a wide receiver. So let's see what he could do. He's young, he's fast. Opposite guy to Jerry Jeudy, because Jerry Judy's good. I don't know. He don't look. It don't look. It just don't look. His curl just don't quite curl. To me personally, I'm not trying to say nothing. I mean, it is what it is. So we have a future wide receiver, and we're gonna have the ability to sign Quinshon Judkins. That's gonna open up this offense a lot. So let me see if there's anything else that I need to show you guys before I go into some fantasy news. Everyone. All right, so dude, I haven't even said like, comment, subscribe yet. Yo, I just got straight into it. I just wanted to just flow real quick. Yo, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you are just coming in here, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Share this channel with somebody. Go ahead and hit that notification button so you know when I go live. I'm telling you that fantasy football season is upon us. I will be having the Call Me Nakomi Fantasy Football League. Please go ahead and email me at callmenakomi@gmail.com, and I will send you guys an invite. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm a great commissioner. I can be reasoned with, and I can be bribed. You pick. I'm a great commissioner, guys. I love tons of points. Love to give like a little extra things here and there. 3 wide receivers, one QB, tight end, 2 running backs, and a flex. It's good. It's gonna be a good time. I do 1.5 PPR. Just make it spicy. Just make it spicy. Why not? You know what I mean? But it's always a good time. Call me on Fantasy Football League on Yahoo. I'm going to be opening that up. Go ahead and send me your email address, and I will send you out an invitation. I don't want to open it up to the public because I feel like it's going to be probably flooded with people that are just trying to get onto leagues. You know what I mean? I know people talking about that they did 100 mock drafts already, if not more. I'm just like, that's a lot. I mean, unless you're just trying to memorize the draft order, the ADP in your head. But anyway, so the as the season of NFL starts on September 4th, people are trying to get their draft days and just a couple of things I'm going to mention about fantasy football. First of all, me and my family league, right? We have a really cool family league. It's been going on forever. I've been down here, where I live for about, let me see, 2009, I came down here. So since 2009, I've been a member, or no, maybe 2010 I joined. I'm a member of a league that was started off with my brother's friends, and now it's a big family league. You know what I mean? And I don't know why, but I have it set that is going to be random. That's chosen a half an hour before the draft starts. It's madness. It's the most old situation that I've ever seen in my life, and I'm just like, I'm not doing it no more, because for some reason every single year I'm picking 11th or 12th. Tell me how that's random, son. Tell me how that's random. At least 3 years in a row. Nah, I don't care what they say. I'm picking papers out of hats, or I'm basically going to do it on the app real quick and basically do this lottery, because I refuse to pick last in the draft. That's agonizing, especially after all the research that I do for fantasy football. I am so I drive my spouse crazy. I drive my wife crazy with my fantasy football. I don't want to call it an obsession. It's not an obsession, but at the same time, I care about it. I care about it. I really, really do. Hold on one second. No, not that. No, not that. Hold on, stop screen. Okay, cool. Let me see. My shit is screen window bomb. So as soon as the inkling hits me, I'm just like, ooh, I want to do. Oh yeah, I like remember around the draft. So maybe around a little bit right before the draft. I'm just like, ooh, yeah. What did this person have last year? How many yards did this person throw? And I'm just like, oh, there it is. I start basically putting together my spreadsheets. I go deep into it. I'm not gonna front and say that, just like, nah, I'm not gonna front. Sometimes when I'm ready to start searching for things, it's just like, I'm just like, okay. So I start pulling last year's stats, pulling the projected stats. I basically create my spreadsheets. I color code them. I mean, I might give you a quick little pic of my main page, which is basically a color-coded list of all these players. Let me go ahead and take that off. Y'all might just go ahead and screenshot that and try to usurp my picks. This Sanders hysteria is wild. It's not hysteria. It's a strong feeling that we know when you see something that it's just like if you saw an alien and you saw it. Matter of fact, you saw it with 100 other people all at the same time. Y'all all looked up and said, oh, it's an alien. And then the rest of the world tries to tell you, no, it wasn't. And we're just like, yes, it was. I saw it with my own eyes. It's not hysteria. It's annoyance. It's outrage. It's gaslighting to try to make us feel as though we didn't see what we're seeing, and you are greenlighting a lot of other players that are way less talented than that young man. So, okay. Let me go ahead and take this down. Yeah, so OG Skeletor says, I'm from Cleveland, by the way. When it's his time, he'll play, nothing more. Sure. I mean, hey, ask Drew Bledsoe how that worked out. Opportunities is all we need. I mean, hey, somebody gave everybody an opportunity to get a job unless somebody gave you that job. I mean, hey, it is what it is. And it's not exactly an offer. He didn't have no choice, really, about where he went. So he's just doing what you got to do, Opportunity arises, go out there and show what you got. Selma Fudd, what's going on with you? Call me the Comey World Dog Pound in the house. Absolutely, man. Listen, man. I am a Giants fan. A couple months ago, I would have said that with pride until my team decided not to pick up Shedeur Sanders. Hey, they're obviously free to get whoever they want. I just basically feel like I'm a free agent with my fandom. If that's the case. So right now, Cleveland, my eyes on you, Cleveland. I know I tell you right now, I might know more about y'all than I do know about the Giants right now. So hey, all props to Cleveland. I'm hoping good for y'all, but you got to take away the original sin. Got to get rid of that original sin, plain and simple. Go ahead and let that young man cook. Telling you, man. So, yes, definitely got to have a draft lottery. I love to have a draft lottery and pick my picks. Rule number 1. Always go running back. I mean, it's simple. I mean, especially in this draft. I mean, yeah, I know they're like, oh, if you have the number 1 pick, you have to pick Ja'Marr Chase. Do I have to? Yeah, I guess. He's definitely getting you guaranteed points. And it's not like back in the day, Antonio Brown wasn't the person that we were like, oh, Antonio Brown, number 1 overall. I mean, sometimes pass catchers could be that much of an impact on a team. But I feel like this there's so little running backs out there right now that has the full lion's share of the carries that you got to go ahead and target them. Now, funny enough, in a keeper league that I have, though, I have a keeper league, and I have 3 main people that I'm looking about keeping. I could keep Chase Brown in the 8th round, Trey McBride, tight end, in the 14th round, or Bucky Irving in the 16th round. Now, in the chat, go ahead and let me know real quick. This was my question that I've been asking myself because I immediately was telling myself, yo, I'm going to keep Trey McBride regardless. He's the number 2 tight end. I can have a tight end and not have to worry about tight ends throughout my whole draft for the next 5 years, at least, because you get to keep that person 2 rounds ahead of where they were picked last year. And if they wasn't picked, if it was a free agent and it wasn't in the draft, you get him as you get him with you pick somebody up with their last pick. That's how I got Bucky Irving, and I'm having him in the last round. Also, Chase Brown, somebody picked him a little later in the draft, got him in the 8th round. Trey McBride, free agent, nobody even knew who he was. Picked him up, free agent. Now he's mine for the next 8 years. But you could only keep 2. I got Trey McBride, Chase Brown, and Bucky Irving. Y'all tell me the 2 that I should keep in the chat. Go ahead and let me know what the two players that I keep out of those I should keep out of those 3 players. I'll let y'all know later on when I do the draft which ones I'm going to keep. Chase Brown, Trey McBride, Bucky Irving. Y'all let me know which 2 I should keep. OG Skeletor said one thing everyone going to learn about Cleveland is analysis over emotions. So y'all get y'all blood pressure out. You're going to need it. And analytics over emotions. I wish I could have that. I have a chisel and hammer and just basically carve that in stone. Because you're exactly right, OG Skeletor. Analytics over emotions. Analytics like the most accurate player coming out of college. Analytics like the fact that he's been the most accurate and capable player in preseason and their tryouts. I mean, I guess you can't specifically put him up against Flacco because Flacco barely practices, but he's been the best. People have said it. It is what it is. So, yeah, analytics over emotions. But we have emotions wrapping those analytics in a nice, warm fur coat. I mean, is this like analytics? Yes, we have it. And you know what? Let me keep it warm. Let me keep it warm. Analytics. We love you, analytics. We love you. Don't know Browns very well. Hey, it's all good. Sometimes, yeah. Hey, it's just like when I used to just be a player fan before I became a Giants fan. And I would just have players that I liked, like Randy Moss or like Terrell Owens. I don't know what it is. I kind of gravitate towards pass catchers. It is what it is. But I've liked my fair share of like running backs. Definitely Jerome Bettis, the bus back when I was in my Pennsylvania days. You know what I mean? They had some really great players there. They had some really great players in New York, you know what I mean? But, when I have a player on a certain team, I would start to learn about it. Like Terrell Owens, when he was with San Francisco, I started to learn, just kind of follow the kind of, what was it, Andrew Garcia, the quarterback out there. So I basically learned a little bit, learn about their competition, learn about what they have to go, But I wasn't as deep as I am now, basically. But, hey, Cleveland got Shedeur. I was like, let me see what friends my child's gonna be playing with. That was me. Let me see who else they picked up. Let me see who's this competition. Let me see, that's what you gotta do, So anyway, Gabriel was a 3rd round pick, and Sanders is a 5th round mercy pick. It's okay, let your fandom go wild. Fandom is as fandom does, brother. I mean, hey, for you to be so delusional in what you're saying, let's be delusional together and see where we end out at the end. Hey, I mean, we don't know football. We only been watching it our whole lives. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, hey, I welcome all people out there. Come in, have a conversation. I am here to have a conversation with you. As long as you keep it respectful. OG Skeletor, I haven't seen anything disrespectful yet. I will kick you if that's the case. Anybody out there, but at the same time, as long as you stay respectful, we'll have that conversation. I've had worse conversations than this. This is nothing. This is just a Cleveland fan who basically is showing showing love to their team, and he really feels like Dylan Gabriel is a better quarterback. That's cool. That's very cool. Hey, may the best man win. It is what it is. And trust and believe. I'm on my hot fan summer. I mean, it is what it is. If they decided to trade Shedeur Sanders, do not expect me to be giving a shit about the Cleveland Browns. It just is what it is. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I have no ties over there except for Shedeur Sanders. Let that be known. Plain and simple. So, but anybody else, we can have a conversation. Whatever team, whoever y'all like. Jackson Dart fans, where y'all at? Come through. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna be happy for y'all, but not happy for y'all. And I'm saying y'all, which is crazy because it should be us, but at the same time, I feel right now, I feel like me and my Giants are aligned right now. So I feel like we need to be separated and get some space. We need to give each other some space. That's how I feel right now with my Giants. Giants public relations appreciates it though. They better. Anyway, so back to some fantasy football. I definitely get deep into my fantasy football, guys. Nobody had any conversations about they are stars, but they're stars for a reason. I mean, at least there's a lot of people who are stars for less and for far more morally corrupt reasons. So hey, let these kids cook. It is what it is. Nobody asks anybody to come to your job with a litter box and shit all over your work. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, nobody had any opinions. Well, anyway, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do. I realized last season with this league that I'm in, the keeper league, that everybody was keeping running backs. So I got lucky enough that I actually at least picked Saquon Barkley number one overall, or not number one, with my first pick. But at the same time, I picked up some really good running backs throughout the draft. So I ended up with some really good ones from free agency in Bucky Irving and Chase Brown. I also had Tyrone Tracy from the Giants, but I think these two are definitely the best for the value and of my list. But I'm going to keep two running backs. I believe I'm going to let that marinate. Think of all the pros and the cons over the next week or so. That I'm gonna let Trey McBride go because I kind of feel like, I don't completely trust Kyler Murray. Let me know how y'all feel about Kyler Murray out there. Yes, he was good in college. He's had he had maybe a okay season. He's been hurt the other times and it's been uneven coming in and leaving and coming in and leaving. I mean, hey, so he's not doing the best right now. To basically lose out on two running backs that should have the lion's share of their work, I don't feel like it's worth it for Trey McBride. So I think I'm going to take my two running backs. But anyway, but yeah, go ahead and start your fantasy leagues, guys. It's not too late, and it's never too early. Go ahead and get your stuff going. Get your spreadsheets going. Make some printouts if that's how you feel. You want to feel it like an old lawyer, go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? And do some mock drafts. That's how I really realized how I was getting better at fantasy football. When you start doing mock drafts actually really kind of help you to realize, oh, this person's being gone by this round. If I don't pick him up by this round, he is gone. I'm not going to get back to him. And also to kind of see, how you react under pressure, and start to get yourself a game plan. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna come back another time with rankings for you guys. I feel like I've been on long enough. My man Craig said, time for Murray to go to a better team. I don't know if he needs a better team. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Arizona Cardinals are not great. They're definitely not great. But I think parts of why they are not better is Kyler Murray not being as available as he could be. Also, they kind of did him dirty a little bit too. They were kind of insinuating as though that he couldn't learn the playbook, but at the same time, and that he was playing too much video games. Either they're going to be good or they're not. I mean, and some people, sooner or later, either you want to be great or you don't. I just realized that this light wasn't on. Either you want to be great or you don't. And to be great, you have to be obsessed with it. Your days have to be, molded around it. Make time for other things, but at the same time, that has to be the main thing. And you got to keep the main thing, as they say. But that's the kind of things, that these professionals need to learn if they haven't learned already. And hopefully Kyler Murray is on that way. Another one out there, I'm sorry for Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, I guess Kyler Murray hasn't been in there too either, but at the same time, seeing some players coming out of that camp, and it doesn't look great for Marvin Harrison Jr. either. I mean, I don't know. I felt like he was gonna be a lot better, but we'll see. Second year, see how it goes. He would be good in Dallas. Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. Drew Brees was the only short. Drew Brees was the only short king that I knew in football. It's very, very. I mean, not saying that Kyler Murray is a bum, but at the same time, he is playing against the cream of the crop. He was great in college, and those guys are, maybe I forgot how much percentage of college players actually make it to the NFL. It's like these are the top of the top. You know what I mean? So those trees that are out there, it's kind of hard to see around. Drew Brees was the magician out there, man. So Kyler Murray has not shown me yet. And you, Andrew Berry last year had me thinking that Kyler Murray was going to finally have his breakout season, finally having a blue chip wide receiver and a great running back room and a possibly great tight end. And I went in. I got Kyler Murray on 3 teams, and I couldn't play him. That was the saddest thing I could ever see in the world. It was ridiculous. So everybody out there, go with your gut. Do your own research. And if all else fails, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts. If all else fails. 1,000 subs on the way. LFG. Hey, I mean, that would be nice. That'd be nice, guys. I really, really hope that to grow this channel, please go ahead and like the video. Hopefully, y'all out there, appreciate the content. Share with your friends. You know what I mean? I try not to have a potty mouth. I'm not saying dropping no crazy bombs. I'm not dropping no bombs over Baghdad. But at the same time, every once in a while, I speak like an adult. It's the way I've been speaking since I was 5. I mean, that's a crazy anecdote. But I mean, hey, trust me, this is the PG version. PG-13 maybe. PG version. I'm gonna get better. Please share with your friends. Hit the notification button. go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I really appreciate it. But drop a comment, even if you're just watching, guys. Drop a comment. It's definitely going to help. Everything helps. The likes, the comments, the shares. That all helps the algorithm. And I really, really appreciate y'all for hanging around hanging around with me. Please, always, if I'm on, hit me up in the chat. Please join my fantasy football league, man. The Call Me Nakomi Football League, man. It's gonna be fun. It might just be a nice small group, so each team will be stacked. I might just turn it into put a couple of other running backs in there, make it fun for everybody. Anyway, but I'm Call Me Nakomi. Thank you so much for coming through. This is Call Me Nakomi World. Come on back whenever I talk about the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders, the Lakers. I'm definitely going to get back into my Lakers talks very, very soon. That's my team, the Lakers. That is the one team that I'm a team of. I don't care who joins that team. I'm always going to be a fan of that team, period. It is what it is. Purple and gold, baby. Purple and gold all day. Please follow me on what's going on, Waterholic. Thank you for coming through. Good day to you. Good day to you. World, what is this football you speak of? The foosball. See, my mama didn't want me to play the foosball, but I used to go across the street and play two-hand touch foosball with my friends. And we would try not to scratch ourselves to death on the concrete. It's a very, very lovely game. Americano football. For my international people out there, like football, it's a different kind of football. But great sport. Big old time fan of Neon. Hey, absolutely, Dion. Ooh. Let Shiloh run back an interception for 6. Or let Shedeur basically break around and get in and be able to walk one in. Ooh, I want to see somebody high step, man. That high step, that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I can't wait. But anyway, please take care of one another. Take care of yourselves, because it starts at home. Your temple. Take care of your temple, people. Go to the doctor, man. Jeez. Come on, stop playing around. Especially y'all that have insurance. Stop playing around and go to the doctor. Get in touch with yourselves. Pause. Anyway, I'm going to see y'all next time. Until then, please, I hope that you will always find water and shade, especially in the hot days. There's some hot days out here right now. Take care. Next time. Peace.